Hey everyone, welcome to Cruise Blog. This is Angie, and today I'm going to give you a sneak peek of the brand new Icon of the Seas. Let's get started. Towering 20 decks above the Miami shore, Icon of the Seas has made her long-awaited debut. With plenty of pomp and circumstance, Royal Caribbean's newest ship is here. Although Icon of the Seas won't be welcoming guests on board until January 27th, I was able to get a sneak peek of the world's newest and biggest cruise ship. My time on board Icon of the Seas was very limited, with only 8 hours to explore this gigantic cruise ship. While it was certainly more exciting than my day job, I was only able to scratch the surface of everything Icon of the Seas has to offer. Having only a handful of hours to see Icon of the Seas in all of her glory has left me wanting more. So let's discuss what you need to know about this iconic new cruise ship. First, Icon of the Seas doesn't feel too big. I am a very destination-focused cruiser. Because of this, I tend to book cruises on older and smaller ships. Since Icon of the Seas is officially the biggest cruise ship in the world at 250,800 gross tons, it's guaranteed that you have never sailed on a ship quite this large. Before boarding Icon of the Seas, I was convinced that the ship would feel too large. There is something special about cruising that creates a sense of intimacy and community. I wondered how Icon of the Seas could cultivate this type of environment on board. After all, this massive cruise ship can hold nearly 10,000 people, including guests and crew. I was surprised to find that Icon of the Seas didn't feel at all that large, especially considering her astonishing size. The ship is designed with 8 distinct neighborhoods, so it feels less daunting to navigate. Even while I was, quite frankly, running around the ship to see as much as possible, it felt easy to get around. Another thing you should know about Icon is the many new casual dining choices available. After sailing on Carnival Cruise Line's newest ships, Carnival Celebration and Mardi Gras, I was impressed by how many quick eateries can be found on board these ships. This is an area where Carnival shines and really highlights the evolved need for cruise lines to incorporate more complimentary dining options. I was pleased to see that Icon of the Seas has many new dining options for those wanting something quick and casual. Guests won't need to leave the pool and run to the Windjammer buffet for a bite to eat anymore. For instance, the Aqua Dome is one of the newest features on Icon. The glass-enclosed dome is a multi-purpose space at the front of the ship for entertainment, dining, and lounging. Outside of the new venue, you can find the Aqua Dome Marketplace with a food hall design concept. Each stall has its own unique global cuisine, including Asian, French, and Mediterranean. In addition, families who plan to spend their days in the ultra family-friendly Surfside neighborhood will find Surfside Eatery and Surfside Bites. Kids splashing in the water park all day will appreciate all of the kid-friendly cuisine available here without needing to venture elsewhere. Surfside Eatery is a buffet that will serve the whole family for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, while Surfside Bites is a walk-up food stall with options like popcorn chicken, french fries, and even cinnamon sugar churros. The next thing you should know is that epic entertainment is coming. Since I was only on board for 8 hours, I wasn't able to see any entertainment on board Icon of the Seas. However, I am a huge fan of Royal Caribbean's specialty entertainment, including their high-diving aqua shows, Broadway-style musicals, and ice spectacles. While on board, I was able to see the entertainment venues and even hear a few sound checks. Icon of the Seas will showcase the Wizard of Oz in its main theater, which is the most traditional entertainment space on board. The revolutionary Aqua Dome will be home to Royal Caribbean's newest diving show in a transformative space. The mesmerizing design will be the perfect backdrop for its 2 headliner production shows, Aqua Theater, Aqua Action, and Pirates vs. Mermaids. If my time on board is any indication of what's to come, the music will be fantastic. Finally, Absolute Zero is the new ice rink on Icon of the Seas. Royal Caribbean was the first cruise line to add an ice rink on board a cruise ship on board Voyager of the Seas nearly 20 years ago. Now the reimagined space is bigger and better than ever. The thoughtfully designed space feels more immersive with 270 degrees of seating around the rink. Ultimately, I am super bummed I wasn't able to see any of the spectacular entertainment that's sure to take place on Icon. Royal Caribbean's entertainment has never left me disappointed, especially on its newest and biggest cruise ships. Icon of the Seas will be no exception. Another thing you should know is that Icon of the Seas has made small changes with a big impact. I've been cruising with Royal Caribbean for most of my life, and I've sailed on almost every ship in the fleet. It's been a long time since I've cruised on a ship in a new class from the cruise line. As such, I didn't know if Icon of the Seas would feel foreign, familiar, or somewhere in between. When I stepped on board, I was greeted by the familiarity of the Royal Promenade. This is a staple in Royal Caribbean's fleet dating back to the Voyager class in 1999, but this Royal Promenade is more expansive than any ship. The central promenade is lined with new shops, bars, and cafes with new floor-to-ceiling windows to let in some natural light. The prominent feature of the Royal Promenade is the Pearl. This jaw-dropping sphere is certainly a conversation piece, although it serves nothing more than being a beautiful piece of artwork with stairs. The Pearl glistens and will immediately grab your attention. There is familiarity around the Royal Promenade as well. You can find Sorrento's Pizza, which is the Royal Caribbean complimentary pizzeria. Overlooking the Royal Promenade is the Schooner Bar, a signature bar with nautical theming that you can find on all Royal Caribbean ships. Making my way around the ship, I found many other similarities with Oasis and Quantum class ships. For example, Surfside is the new family-friendly neighborhood where kids can play all day while adults can grab a cocktail and kids can enjoy mocktails from their own special menu. Surfside reminded me of the Oasis class boardwalk with its aft-facing design, carousel, and kid-friendly shops. On the other hand, Music Hall is one of my favorite venues on Quantum class ships. The two-story venue can be found on Icon of the Seas and is home to live music performances and activities on board. These are just a few examples of small changes that make a big impact on Icon of the Seas. But you can also find many elements that bring a sense of familiarity to Icon. You can't mistake Icon of the Seas for any other ship than one from Royal Caribbean. Another thing about Icon of the Seas is that the crew is beaming with pride. It didn't take much time aboard Icon of the Seas to feel the sense of excitement and warmth coming from its crew members. You can tell that Royal Caribbean has great pride in its next generation cruise ship, and this pride can be felt with every crew member on board. Over the last few weeks, many crew members have been enjoying Icon of the Seas before the ship sets sails with revenue passengers. Crew members have been testing out the different amenities, activities, and staterooms. Icon of the Seas even has planned stops at Royal Caribbean's private island, Perfect Day at Coco Cay, where the crew partied at the new adults-only Hideaway Beach. I've always been impressed with the service on board Royal Caribbean ships, and Icon of the Seas was no different in this regard. What was different was the sense of pride that was radiating from the ship. All of the crew members that I encountered were thrilled to be on board, and they told me it was already their favorite ship. Of course, there is a ton to do for families on board Icon of the Seas. Royal Caribbean designed Icon of the Seas to be the best family vacation on land or at sea. The entire ship is family-focused, with a little bit of something for everybody. Those with kids, however, will particularly love Icon of the Seas because there's an endless amount of activities on board. To start, Thrill Island is home to the biggest water park at sea, Category 6. Guests can find the tallest drop slide at sea, along with 5 other water slides. I was shocked by the water park size, as Icon's top deck has more slides than I could ever imagine on a cruise ship. As a kid, this would have been truly thrilling. Thrill Island is a far cry from the single water slide that many ships had when I was growing up. Similarly, Surfside will be the go-to neighborhood for adults with smaller children. Located at Icon's aft with splash pads and baby pools for young kids, Royal Caribbean coined this area as the stay-all-day neighborhood for families with kids 6 and under. Most of Icon's top deck is packed with kid-friendly activities and onboard thrills. Guests can find the rock climbing wall, sports court, Crown's Edge, Flowrider surf simulator, and miniature golf course. I would be surprised if kids on board have enough time to do all of these activities and thrills available. Don't worry though, adults are not forgotten. With so much to do for kids, you might be wondering if Icon has much to do for adults. This was my preconceived notion before getting on board, especially as most of Royal Caribbean's marketing has been geared towards families. I was pleased that Icon of the Seas has multiple areas that are designed with adults in mind. For instance, the suspended infinity pool at the back of the ship is truly stunning. Hideaway Beach is sure to be popular with adults, and I actually wish the space was even a little bit bigger. I can anticipate the popularity given the aft-facing views from the back of the ship. Personally, I love spending time in the adults-only solarium when cruising, and it's my favorite spot to spend a sea day. I'm not entirely sold on the absence of the solarium, but Hideaway Beach is going to be very popular. Well, there you have it, a quick look at Icon of the Seas. I only wish I'd more time to explore everything on board, as there's truly so much to see and experience. Are you excited about this brand new ship? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you can get notified every time we have a new video. Be sure to visit Cruise Blog for more cruise tips and advice.